Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to another video. I hope you are all doing well. Today, I thought this would be a fun video to start reading a bit more of my dark romance books that I have on my shelf. So, to sum it up, this will be a dark romance reading vlog. And I will be starting with the one and only, if I can hold it, Haunting Adeline. I have had this on my Kindle for just under a year and I have been meaning to get to it for so long. So this will be the first book that I get to in this video. So if you want a little idea as to what books I might be reading in this video, we're going to start with Haunting Adeline and then Lights Out. This is like 600 pages. I think I'm already 69 pages in. Pretty perfect for this book if I'm honest. And it's pretty interesting. Nothing spicy has even happened yet, and I'm really intrigued and I'm actually very engaged. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more bookish content because I try and post weekly. The strong word there is try, but they are really fun videos, so stick around because I would recommend it. Anyway, let's get into the video, shall we? Hi, so I'm back, which can only mean one thing. I finished Haunting Adeline, finally. This was a long book. I listened to this on Spotify and I read it on Kindle, obviously, because I've got it right here. I don't recommend listening to this in public because, wow, I was like on the bus, like going to uni, trying to get through the book, and I had this going in my ears and the bus was quiet and I was like, I don't know if they can hear me. Either way, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I need to go get my phone so I can share my review. Okay, right. I'm gonna say this before anyone comes at me. I didn't like the R word of this. Yeah, before anyone asks, because that really annoyed me. I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm gonna share my review with you all. So I finally got round to reading Haunting Adeline. This book was really good. The audiobook on Spotify was way better as well. It was so good. Like, whoever did the voice of Zaid, yummy. Oh, so good. Number one, I really enjoyed the plot lines that ran throughout the story. Each like plot line was really action packed and it was really interesting as well. So you had, I think, like 3 plot lines throughout this. It was like one, but then they sort of changed throughout this. Each one was really interesting and action packed and it didn't leave you bored, which was also really good. Number 2, I think the characters were really well made and they all seemed to have depth, which was really good because it made the characters a lot more interesting. The only thing I would say is Addie. She was quite boring. I think that she could have had more character to her because she felt really like flat. I mean, she had depth, I'll say that, but she still fell flat. if that makes sense. Zaid's character was so good. So good. The descriptions were delicious and really provided the feelings that were meant to. I don't even know what I wrote there, but they provided the feelings they were meant to. Alongside this being a romance, it was also sort of not really a horror, but sort of a thrillerish. And every time she would describe like fear within the characters, you'd feel it in yourself because the descriptions were really, really well done. And when she was describing the setting or anything, it was so clear. It was really, her descriptions were really, really good. I think that sort of carried it besides the characters. Number 4, the setting was gothic and in some way it was really cozy, which I loved. I seem to have a theme going here. I apparently love really gothic big mansion houses in books. Every time I read a book that has a gothic mansion house, I love it. I mean, like, we have Gallant, we have Belladonna, we have Haunting Adeline now. Like, all 3 of those I have loved. So there's a theme running here, I guess, apparently. At number 5, the dark themes were really well done and provided the perfect darkness for the dark romance genre that this book was in. There was not an inch of like dark romance that was, oh, it's not really dark, because you get some books and it's, oh, this is dark romance, and then you're reading it and you're like, is it though? Because when you think dark, you think dark. So this actually gave what I was expecting and what I was going in for. So every dark theme that came up, I wasn't surprised because I knew, you know, when you go into a dark romance, you have to expect the worst. If it doesn't come, if you don't get the worst, you have to expect the worst. So you don't come out of it going, what the hell did I just read? Because I've noticed a lot of people who gave the book 1 star came out of it asking what they read and what it was and why they did all that. Don't read a dark romance if you're going to come out of it like that. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. If you're going to come out of it being like, what the hell did I just read? Like, what is all this? It's disgusting. Then don't read a dark romance. I'm sorry. But dark romance is not for the soft-hearted, okay? So, just annoys me, you know what I mean? I loved a lot of the dark romance themes. I thought they were really, really good. Now, let's get to negatives, because there's a few things that are a bit, you know, questionable. Although the descriptions were amazing, a lot of the times the writing did feel a little sloppy and lazy, which took me out of the story a little bit. It's a bit disappointing because you'd get to a really good part and then the writing would sort of flop in areas. So it was not like a high steady line of like really good writing. It would just be like descriptions and then all of a sudden it would just flop. And then yeah, I don't know, it was really it was a shame, because when it did sort of feel a bit lazy and flop, it took me out the story a little bit. And then number 2, as I said above, Adeline felt a little boring. I think she should have had more character to her, which is a bit of a shame, but still good. It was still good. And number 3, this is where the R word sort of comes in. I wasn't so keen on the whole dynamic between Addie and Zaid, because it really annoyed me, like, massively, because she even said it herself in the book to her friend. She was saying no and she was thinking no, but her body was saying yes, which to Zaid, he's like, oh, you're obviously saying yes because your body's saying yes. And what was really annoying is because she was like, I'm saying no, but I'm aware my body's saying yes. So, like, this is okay. Honey, it's not okay. Okay? You're saying no, and you're trying to tell yourself this is okay because your body's defying you. It's going against what you're thinking. So you think it's okay, but it's not. And that angered me, because if she just from the beginning stuck with her thought and said, no, I don't want this, no, and then actually stuck with that, that would make me feel a little bit better. But it was the fact that she was trying to justify him non-consensually doing this to her. That annoyed me because he's such a hypocrite. I mean, like, Oh, yeah, I don't know. It just annoyed me. I'm not a big fan of obviously that theme, and I don't think anyone really is. It did get more consensual towards the end, which was a lot better, and that's where it started to get really good. And it was like, oh yeah, okay, this is spicy, this is kicking. But at the beginning, it was a bit like, okay, this is annoying. You know, I'm fairly sure because no one, surely, I don't know. You just kind of have to push through it and just think about other things. That just really annoyed me though. I think that was one of the main thing why I didn't quite give it as high as I wanted to. But overall, I'm 100% reading the second one without a doubt because I need to know where the story goes. It ended so ominously, and I need to know. I need to know now. I need to know, but I can't really read it right now because I've got other books to read and I haven't even bought the book yet. I enjoyed this so much. I really did. I gave Haunting Adeline a 4.75. I think that might be a little bit too generous. I think I should have given it maybe a 4.5, but I love dark romance books. Like, I love them. I'm a sucker for dark stuff. Anything. If it's like a dark horror book, like a thriller horror, or if it's a dark romance, I think I'm so messed up in that way, but I love it. And I know a lot of the girlies who watch this channel also love it. So, we can join together. Follow my Instagram if you want to see my full review. It's all on there. I've also got my Goodreads and Fable linked in the description. So whenever you're not reading, just go check those out and you can see all the reviews I've ever posted all in one go and all one place if you want to, because why not? So that was my review on Haunting Adeline. There were a few things obviously that just, yeah, but you got to push past it. I knew it was coming because this book has been out for years. It's very, very popular. I knew what I was getting into, which is why I didn't come out of it like some people going, what the hell did I just read? Because I knew what I was getting into, because I knew it was dark romance. I knew there was going to be dark themes in there. So I can't complain if I already knew I was going into it. But either way, that is our first book of this video. The next one I am tempted to get into is Lights Out, because I'm still in that dark sort of theme. Because I was going to read Scythe and Sparrow and finish off that series, but that's more dark, as in like killing and things. It's darker in that aspect, in my opinion. I'm more into the other aspects. So I want to see what Lights Out is all about, because that's also really, really popular. So I think that's going to be my next read. So that's our first book of this dark romance reading video. Let's just move on, shall we? Otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long. Hello, my lovelies. I have absolutely zero makeup on, so you will have to excuse that. But I am about 6 chapters in to Lights Out. I just thought I'd come on here and give a little update because I think I'm liking this. I think it's just perhaps a little cringe, which sucks because usually dark romance books for me don't cringe me out, surprisingly, despite some of them being very cringy. But so far, the idea of a man being a thirst trap maker and then having one fan absolutely adore his page, which I'm sure he has many. So, okay. And then going to her house to make a video in and then leave his mask behind and set up a camera. I understand that, like, okay, the setting up the camera thing is very normal in dark romance books, especially his profession is very, very popular. Like, we've just read Haunting Adeline, so we all know that is very popular, his profession. But don't get me wrong, I love those thirst traps. I think they're so delicious, but just like reading the behind the scenes of it all is so cringe. Like, he sets it up and then he thinks about what he's doing and he plays the music and then he does it and then he watches it back and he's like, this is good enough to post. I don't know, I'm getting so cringed out. I think it's so cheesy. I love her profession though. I'm very interested in her profession because she's like a nurse. Yeah, she's a trauma nurse. So that kind of interests me. So I kind of want to see more of that. But just, I think the whole idea of him breaking into our house and doing all this is really cringing me out. I'm so sorry. I'm intrigued at where this is going to go because I love the brotherly friendship dynamic between Josh and Tyler. I love that. I think that's really like yummy. But I don't know. He's a grown man. I don't know. I think the whole thirst trap thing is really cringing me out because of the way they write it and the way she's just like watching this video at work and she's like, it's so yummy. I shouldn't be watching this here. And it's like, girl, come on, get a grip, stand up. So yeah, I don't know. So far, it's cringing me out, and I hate that. But we will see how it goes. I am going to make some dinner now because I am going to watch the new Housemaid movie in about 2 hours with my aunt. So I need to get ready, eat, and then we need to leave. But yeah, I'm gonna go make some dinner now and probably not read for the rest of the evening. But there's my update. I have finished Lights Out, finally. This book, kid you not, took me 3 weeks to finish. I don't even know. Excuse the state of me. I have not long got back from work and I look a mess. But anyway, I'm going to give you my review because I'm a little disappointed. It's so sad because this is really hyped up. Okay, so I don't know what I missed. I have finally finished Lights Out and I do not get the hype at all. I'm going to start with the things I enjoyed. Starting off positive. The characters, specifically Josh, Ali, and Tyler, they were actually quite strong characters. I really enjoyed the dynamic between Tyler and Josh specifically. I think that the little like broness between them, that's not even a word, but I really enjoyed that. I thought it was fun. Some parts of this, like the dialogue and description, was actually quite funny, and I did find myself laughing quite a few times, especially Josh's dialogue, because some of it was quite humorous, and that I did enjoy. That definitely gave me an extra star in my rating. That did make me chuckle a few times. Now, the negatives. This is the first dark romance book I have read where I cringed so hard on nearly every single page. I read Haunting Adeline, and that was sort of cringe in itself, but it nowhere near compared to this. Oh my god. I cringed more times than I laughed or swooned. I couldn't even deal with the thirst trap trope. I already mentioned in a previous clip of mine, the idea of a 30-something-year-old man going on and doing those things. Like, it was like describing it as well. It was describing him all like, and like the music's playing sad music about being broken up with, and he was all like, no, absolutely not. The plot felt like two books. The first, like 65% was really slow, and it felt like there was nothing really happening. It was just sort of like, okay, let's just get on with it. And then the other 35% was like so much happening. Somehow they were dealing with mob people. Okay, where the hell did this come in? And I lost track of what was happening. And also, Ali's job just sort of like poofed. She no longer needed to work, apparently. So that girl just got unemployed out of nowhere. I was really disappointed because I was so interested in Ali's job, as I said previously, and I got to hear nothing about that. I was very upset. And all of a sudden there was something with her mum as well, which just I think came out of nowhere. Unless I forgot. But that was really random. It was almost sudden like she was just like, oh, I'm traumatized now, I've got to cry about it. I was like, okay, where did this come into? Where did this come into? I listened to the audiobook, as you saw, for majority of this book because it got me through it quicker. Because I had it on 2x speed. Absolutely not. Like, it was delicious at times. Like, Josh's voice was so good. And there were times that were like, okay, wow. But there were so many issues with those scenes, if you know what I mean. Like, he couldn't share his voice, so he had to make an exception. And hearing that, no. I have never had such a physical reaction to cringe in my life. Like, I physically cringed. It was awful. The waffling between each event that was happening, like each important event, too long. Too long. You did not need to go on about how you're feeling for 2 pages straight. Oh, this makes me feel like this, and he does this, and all this and that. Like, it was just the describing was so waffly. I got bored too often. And then all of a sudden, a little thing would happen, like him talking, and then they're doing it. And then all of a sudden, it would just go back to waffling again. And I'm like, I don't want to hear about this. Just get on, get to the point. I'm so sorry. Whoever loved this book, I do apologize. I know it's a very popular book and I know a lot of people love it, but this is just my opinion and I really wish I could love it as much as some of you people did, but this is how I feel and I'm so sorry, but I just have to share it. Lastly, the epilogue. That epilogue, right, was 40 minutes. I was listening to it on audiobook, 40 minutes. I put it on 2x speed. The whole thing was her running in the woods away from him. I might as well have read Haunting Adeline. That got it over quickly. Well, I did. But it got it over quick as that. So, I don't know. I don't want to listen to 40 minutes of you running through the woods and just every single page is describing how feared you are and how you trip over something and how you can feel him behind. No, I don't need 40 minutes about. I even skipped, I think it was like a whole minute and they were still going. And then I skipped even more and they were still going. So that was boring. So overall, this book was quite funny at times. I will give it its due. It was funny and the characters were quite enjoyable and they were quite strong as well. But for me, it was too boring, too cringe. And the idea of him saying to the cat, Mummy and Daddy time. Mummy and Daddy are going to do some stuff. No. Absolutely not. But I hope the next one's good because I still have that on my shelf. Can you see it? I still have that one to go. And I'm just praying that is not as cringe. I've never been so cringed out in my life reading a dark romance. Very disappointed. And it took me so long to read. So I gave this a 3.25 And I think that's almost spot on. I gave the characters a 4-star because I think the characters were actually pretty good. I need to recover. But yeah, that concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed. I only read 2 books, but I thought this would be a quick reading vlog as they both took me so long to read. So I do apologise. But I hope you enjoyed. I really do. And if you have read any of these books, I would love to know what you thought about them. So give your opinions and everything in the comments below. I have my Goodreads, my Fable, and my Instagram in my description of this video. So do go check those out when you're not reading. If you did enjoy, please give this a big thumbs up. That would be amazing. And I hope to see you in the next video. So stick around because I will be posting more. Anyway, thank you. Bye.